Well, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you're having a terrific day and it's full of friends, family, and a lot of beautiful music. I have a beautiful flute that I want to share with you today. It's made out of Cambodian rosewood burl. This is probably the rarest burl that I know of. I found this burl a few months ago. Those of you that follow me on Facebook are familiar with this wood. It is the most expensive burl that I've ever purchased. At the time that I found the burl, I thought, man, I can't buy this wood. It's just too expensive. It actually cost, to get the wood, it cost as much as one of my very most expensive flutes cost, just for the wood. And I thought that I was only going to get one flute out of the piece of wood. Fortunately, I was able to get two. The first one is sold already. And so it looked a little bit like this one. It had the solid turquoise inlay. This is not crushed turquoise, but solid turquoise inlay at both ends. And then it had a tree of life totem, not the buffalo, and it had African blackwood caps on it instead of the Bois de Rose caps. And so it looked a little bit different than this, but it was similar. And this flute has this Bois de Rose with kind of red up here, and so it's a little bit different. And then it also had kind of a chevron pattern instead of this Pueblo pattern in the 24 karat gold inlay. This is 24 karat gold inlay. And then the heart line in the buffalo is 24 karat gold. And this is solid turquoise that the buffalo is carved out of. And so the flute is really a piece of art that I'm very excited about. I've been wanting to make a flute like this for a number of years. That was a piece of art that really pushed me to my limits, something that I could really put my whole heart into. And the first flute that I made was very much that way. I really, really enjoyed making it. It was something that really captured my full imagination and my full heart, and I just thoroughly enjoyed it. And as soon as I finished it, I started making this one because I just enjoyed it so very, very much, and I enjoyed being completely consumed with the project. So this flute is just the creme de la creme of my work, and I very, very much have enjoyed it. The flute retails for $6,500, and the last one sold for $5,000. Again, it did not have the turquoise buffalo on it. It was a little bit different, and a little different in the inlay here and things that way. So there was some differences in how they were constructed and the art. But anyways, you'll be able to see this flute on my website as well, and this video will be available on the website. But I'll go ahead and play the flute for you. I'm going to play the flute with reverb and without it so that you can hear it on the video with reverb and without, so you can make some comparisons on the video as well as in the sound files. So that's without reverb. just noodling around a little bit, kind of playing around with the flute, taking it up and down. Anyways, it just glides up into all the notes. It goes right up into the overblows and just glides all over. Anywhere I want it to go, it goes where it wants. Easy as can be. And so it'll just go wherever I want it to take it. And so it is absolutely a dream flute. I love it. So, Pure Sweetheart. I'm really excited. I kind of am hoping I get to play it. My wife has a performance that she's doing for Christmas, and I'm kind of hoping I get to play it for that. And I don't know if I will or not. It depends on whether or not it sells by the time the performance is here. But I don't know. Maybe I'll get to play it for that, or maybe I won't. I may have to play my other flute for it, but we'll see. But anyways, so here it is. Oh, one last thing. So the first flute we named, and I thought this was just so fun to do. So I have not engraved the flute yet. All my flutes now I engrave on the bottom, and we put the serial number and the logo and things, and we put the pitch of the flute. But on these two flutes, we're also putting the name of the person who first purchased the flute. Now the flute may end up, over the history and life of the flute, it may end up going through many hands. I mean, who knows how many years, hundreds of years, these flutes may exist, or thousands of years these flutes may exist. So we're putting the name of the person who initially owned this flute actually into the body of the flute, and that's going right here. And along with that, we're putting the name of the flute itself. And so we're putting that in here in the flute. And so the first flute, the name of the flute was Of the Earth, and that name came about from the person who purchased that flute came up with the name of the flute. And it was really fun. I asked her to name the flute, and she was really taken back. She was like, I don't know how to name the flute. And she says, she was really kind of taken back by it. She's a very humble person, actually. She's just a sweetheart. I absolutely, this person is a very, very dear friend of mine, and someone who I love dearly. And but she's very, very humble, and she just says, I don't know, Brent. She says, but I'm of the earth, so I don't know. And I said, oh my gosh, that is the perfect name. We'll name it Of the Earth, and so that was the name. So we named it Of the Earth, and so that I thought was a great name for the flute, especially with the tree. And so the tree comes right up out of the flute. So Of the Earth just seemed perfect for that flute. So I don't know what the name of this flute is yet. We'll see. I imagine that will come about when the owner of the flute and I meet and we discuss it. I don't want people to get the wrong idea, though, that this is a general sort of trend that I'm taking, going to some kind of ultra expensive flutes or something like that. That is not at all the direction that I'm going, or not even in the least. In fact, in this very newsletter, there'll be a section on the old style flutes. In fact, I have a number of old style flutes that are hanging up in my inventory right now that we'll be offering in this newsletter. Those flutes sell for anywhere between $400 and the low 500s, really right in the $400 price range. And then, of course, we have our cedar flutes, which are between the $300 and $400 price range. And we have our cherry classics, which are in the $500 and $500 price range, and we have our walnuts, which are in the $500 to $600 price points. And of course, we have our custom flutes, which go anywhere from the $400 on up to $1,500, $1,600 price points. And so and higher, I suppose, when you get into doubles and things like that. But so all of the stuff that we've always done is still is still there, and that's really our core business, and always will be. These art pieces are just something that I've always dreamed about doing and really have wanted to do. I do have my eye on another burl, I will tell you that. That is a rosewood burl that is a really unique burl, but I don't know if I'll be able to get it, but we'll see. So there is some other things. I have some ideas that maybe down the road we may pursue, but so there is some art that we may pursue, but we'll see. So there may be some more art down the road, but it's not a general trend. It's not something that I plan on having as a mainstay of my business. The mainstay of our business is our cedar flutes, which is really what I sell more of than anything else. And so anyways, at Thanksgiving time, I think it's important to note that just how grateful I am for all of you and how much I appreciate your support over all the years. You mean so very much to me. My clients have become some of my very best friends, and I appreciate you so very much. Not just for your business, but for your friendship and for your support and for what you mean to my family. Thank you. I appreciate you. So, God bless, and have a super Thanksgiving and a wonderful holiday season.